Little knee pop right there, and we have a balk. In this clip, we're going to break down type A obstruction on this rundown. I almost had obstruction on the third baseman right here, but I didn't have him impeding the runner because the runner wasn't even looking at him. Incidentally, look at all the players. Like you had almost the entire infield and outfield involved in this rundown. There's so much congestion here. I can't even tell which fielder this is, but you can tell right underneath the arrow that there is a player that's completely blocking off the base path, and the ball is in flight, almost in his glove, and the runner is attempting to avoid the tag. I've covered type A obstruction recently, but let's go ahead and bring up the rule and note the highlighted section, which says that obstruction shall be called on a defensive player who blocks off a base, baseline, or home plate from a base runner while not in possession of the ball. So he clearly is blocking off the base path. He didn't have possession of the ball. Now, you could argue that that throw was pretty far ahead of the runner coming in, and I think you might have a decent argument there. So this one, as I watch it back on film, is not so clear-cut as I thought in the game. I thought it was pretty blatant in the game. But I think there's an argument for or against. So I'm curious to see what you think. Why don't you sound off in the comments whether you think we have obstruction here or not. By the pitcher on this infield pop-up. He grabs it and then immediately guns it to second for the out there to double him up. Sometimes making the call whether the pitch hit the batter on his hands or on the bat comes down to the sound that it makes when it makes contact. And this one did not sound like it came off the bat. I actually thought I had this one nailed, but when I watch it back, I mean, it clearly hit the bat right there. But I don't know. I mean, this ball also whacked me in the chest protector, so maintaining focus through the pitch when you're trying to break down those split-second sounds and then taking a shot to the chest is kind of difficult. So I don't really feel too bad about it. I took 2 shots to the face mask today, but neither of them were too bad. A change of direction is not a stop.
That's a ball.
The last few times I've rung up a batter for having a foot completely out of the box, I've been wrong. And man, I was wrong again. I think I'm probably not going to make this call unless it's really super obvious. Because as you can see, when he makes contact, he's stepping out, but his foot is up in the air. He hasn't brought it back down. And for that to be an illegally batted ball, his foot needs to be on the ground, completely outside of the box. Now, he winds up there, but that's after he makes contact with it.
That's a ball. That's a ball.
Let's just say this one's not going to go in my highlight reel, but thankfully I got the call right. This fan had an interesting comment. I don't even know what it means. Nice hit, but a little too aggressive on bases. Don calls him out for being out of the base path.